Hello and welcome to another episode of Dealer Talk. It's going to be a great show today. Got an amazing guest. Just can't wait to start our conversation. Let me check in with Eric really quick. Hey, Eric, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
You know what? I'm on fire. There was some kind of like camera action here. You would see flames coming out. I'm serious. It's a big deal, bro. Let's get this deal rolling.
All right. So our guest today really needs no introduction. So I'm just going to let him introduce himself. But, let me just say this person has obviously a huge track record in the automotive industry, over 18 plus years experience. And without further ado, our guest for today is Mr. Jeff Larsen. Jeff, how you doing, man?
You know what? I am doing great, guys. How are you guys doing this morning?
Amazing, man. Yeah, super excited to have you on, dude.
Absolutely. Likewise. It's an honor, guys. It's an awesome.
Hey, so before we get going here, could you, just for the listeners, give us a little bit of your background and, kind of where you started to where you are today?
Absolutely. As far as the car business goes, I got into it, shortly after I got out of the service, out of the Army, in which, it's been an incredible journey. Spent a couple of years on the old pavement, selling the old rides until at the age of 26, I had my first opportunity to run a dealership, in which from there I've held many different titles. I've been very, privileged to be able to have those experiences and to where I'm at today.
Listen, Jeff, this is Eric. Hey, I got a question for you. I mean, what makes you, in your own words, and look, I know you're a very humble individual. What makes you so powerful and attractive, do you think, on social media or even in the auto industry as a whole? What do you think that what's your sizzle, bro? Tell us what your sizzle is, you think.
It's the people. I absolutely love people. It's from being, being in the car business, when customers are on the sales floor, I mean, it's showtime. It's my show. That's how I look at it. That's how I've always looked at it. I'm just excited. It's energy, it's the opportunity to, when I'm selling cars, it's the opportunity to not only just, sell a car, but again, for me, it's about a relationship. It's about the people. It's about the opportunity to take care of them, take care of their needs, and again, just people. I love people. It just gets me fired.
I love that. Well, it obviously shows. It shows so well. In order to bring value to this community that are listening, what is it you think that you do at your dealership that really kind of separates you from the rest of the pack?
What do I do at my dealership? Tell me more, I guess. What exactly are you asking, my friend?
I'm saying, what is it that calls people back to your dealership that you do so well? Whatever it is you've initiated at your dealership, what do you think what is the one thing that separates you from every other auto dealership out there? I mean, what is it you think you rock at? I mean, your love for folks is quite obvious, but I want to know the thing. I want to be able to put my finger on the thing. Capital T, the thing. I'm looking for it. Tell me.
The thing, I guess I look at it again, it's about making an experience. Again, we talk about that all the time, but again, when these customers are coming in, it's truly about making an experience. It's, so many times buyers think, okay, just first of all, let's face it, customers do not like buying cars. They're anxious. They don't know the dealership. They don't know the people, whatever it might be. Where again, it's truly about making it about the experience. And that's where, again, talking about social media and with what I do there, just promoting our business, visually for people. Yeah. My informative Friday videos, obviously, again, I'm able to express the emotion. I'm able to put myself out there. I'm able to put my guys out there as far as on social media so people get to know who they are before they even come in our doors. So that way, again, it's just trying to eliminate that feeling that they're walking into this room of strangers, to where, again, it's all about making it fun. Yes. And again, it's really not, it's not a science. It's just so many times I think, guys feel like, okay, it's a big purchase, so I need to be serious about this. No, you don't need to be serious about it. Just be fun, be real, be a human. That's what people, I'm getting fired up, guys. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this.
So, Eric kind of alluded to something that I've been really wanting to, one of the things that when we talked about you being on was, man, I really got to talk about this particular thing because I definitely see it's something that you do really well. And I think that there's something there for, people that are doing this job, right, day in and day out to kind of, I don't know if replicate, but at least, look at your style and strategy. And that's obviously your social media interaction, your social media presence. You're just on fire, man, when it comes to those platforms. And, the question is, like, how did you get rolling with this? Like, what got you going and what are you seeing, right? Because oftentimes, and I've said this before in different episodes, but oftentimes I don't see that people in this industry kind of take advantage of all of these basically free platforms to promote themselves.
Good one. Absolutely. It was last October that, first of all, again, with our company, because we're a very large company, have our own marketing team. Basically, how it started is that we have our big fairground sales. Our last fairground sale that we had towards the end of last year, at this time, in which our marketing team said, hey, we want to get a manager from each store to go on video, to go on Facebook, and basically just welcome the customers to the sale. All right. So basically it's just a 15, 20-second clip of, hey, yeah, this is so-and-so from this dealership. Come on out here. We got these deals, blah, blah, blah. Well, so my GM, he's like, Jeff, that's you. I'm like, oh, great. So this is the first time me going on video, again, I was anxious, it was something new, but it was just amazing because within that 20-second clip that we did, within a day's time, it got 4,500 some views, likes, comments, you name it. I'm just like, wow, that was amazing, right? I didn't know where it's going to go from there because then here following, a couple weeks after that, the guy, we had an individual guy that was doing, basically did our marketing advertising for our company, or not for our company, but for our individual dealership. Well, anyways, he moved on to bigger and better things. And so my general manager said, Jeff, this is get put on your plate now too. And which I'm like, okay, here we go. And of course, so that first short video that I did really made me realize, the power of social media. Because, obviously it'd been a while since I've done the advertising for the dealership, which really the last time I was doing it was, it was paper. It was radio, it was TV, just your traditional, this is who we are, this is what we got going on. But of course, just that one short video made me realize that, social media is where it's at. And like you had made, mentioned as far as it basically be a free platform to get yourself out there, that's why I just grabbed the bull by the horns and let's just keep going. And, it's awesome. It's obviously blossomed from there. From doing our monthly promotions that we do on Facebook to, my informative Friday videos, which again, it's really not so much a time factor. It's just a commitment factor to be committed to it. Because once you're committed to it, it's amazing things happen. Our following on our Facebook has, grown huge. It's just been an amazing journey.
Can you talk a little bit about the strategy too, Jeff? Like, what's your strategy with that? Because you have this, well, I think it's a really cool initiative. I believe it's your own hashtag, right? On Fire to Inspire, which is amazing. I love the stuff that you put out there. But, again, for the people that are maybe on the fence of, is this really a place where I need to be? Could you talk about kind of like what your strategy is and maybe the impact?
It's all about the engagement. Again, it's being consistent, to where people know where to find you. Because again, let's face it, timing's everything in this business. Not everybody's going to buy a car right then and there. But obviously, if you continue to keep yourself out there, and that's where, like with social media versus like doing like an email campaign or sending a letter in the mail or whatever, are people really getting any emotion out of that? Are they seeing how excited you are about what you have going on? Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. A lot of times they're taking that piece of paper, they're having a sale. Well, that's weird. So that's where, again, from the video aspect of things and being out on social media, and when you look at it this way, like our last campaign or our last promo that we did in August, I think we had 50 some odd shares as far as of that video, is 27,000 views. But you figure as far as if each person shared, what do they say average people have for friends on Facebook? 400, 300, maybe? Something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
So, yes. If you take the math there and do that number, what did it cost me to go out and do that video? And how many people am I really touching? I'm touching a lot more people. And again, with the consistent message, being out there consistent, people know where to find you to where, like I said, timing is right, or timing is everything, to where obviously if you're consistently out there, they see who you are, see who your name is. Then when that time comes where, Mr. and Mrs. Smith are like, you know what, we better get something different. Hey, how about that guy? Or, hey, how about that dealership? That's really what it's all about.
Right on, man. Yeah. No, listen, I totally agree, which is, one of the reasons why I was super excited to have you on, because you do such a great job at it. And just, it's a great example, right, for others who are in the industry of the impact of these platforms and some of the things that they could be doing to, promote themselves and, like you said, excuse me, get engagement, right?
Absolutely.
So I know we're kind of running short on time. I wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of tell the audience how to connect with you, but before that, there's always one question I ask to anybody that comes on the show. And that question is, where do you see the automotive going in the next 5 years and why?
The automotive business. Well, again, obviously from an advertising standpoint, I'm all about social media. I don't, I think that's going to be the main focus or I see that's where most dealers going. Because again, not only, especially from the expense standpoint, any more these days with what you do with one ad on TV or 10 ads or whatever, with what you spend, you can do a pretty incredible promotion as far as on like your Facebook page or whatever else, to where you're going to truly get a lot better engagement, I feel, because any more these days, who watches TV? I don't.
Yeah,
I have time to.
Agreed.
Obviously, from the rating standpoint, most people listen to XM. Let's face it, there's not commercials on there. So are you reaching your customers there? Obviously, newspaper, I don't even remember the last time I read newspaper, to where, okay, when's the last time you had your phone in your hand looking at social media?
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day. And that's where, again, I think that's where that most everything is going to go from an advertising standpoint. And yeah, so that's what I foresee.
Right on, man. So why don't you go ahead, Jeff, and let people know how they can connect with you, for anybody who wants to reach out, maybe, potentially.
Hey, I'm fired up, boys. Let's just keep rolling here.
Yeah? Oh,
absolutely.
Man. Oh my gosh, this is just too true. Look, man. So I want to know, because again, the most important thing for me is that having this show, I want to make sure we're feeding the listeners out there. Can you walk us through, because I'm sure your presence is just, it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. You have a big presence, which I think is just incredible. And you got in the auto industry since you were 26, and you're probably like, what, 28 now, 29, something like that. What have you seen? What are the changes that you've seen in just the short amount of time you've been in the auto industry? And what are the things that we really need to pay attention to in order to, maximize today's customer? I mean, I know you mentioned social media, and that's a big deal, yes, but what else can we be doing inside the dealership to really tweak and make a difference? You talk about you have a marketing department, which I think is just absolutely brilliant. That's just forward thinking. But if you could just share with us, share with the audience what it is that your mindset coming in. How do you stand out? Again, I'm trying to get down to trying to drill it down to I want to know what makes you guys so great at what you do.
The biggest thing I think for any sales manager that's in the business out there is to remember that you're still a salesman. Have the energy, have the excitement, have the mind frame, just like you as a salesman, as a fresh salesman, just coming out of training, to where, I can't wait to get in front of a customer. Keep that mindset.
I love that.
So many times, guys get the title that they forget that they're still a salesman, so they feel they just need to sit behind the desk and tell everybody what to do. And that absolutely just, I cannot stand it. So that is key. Remember, you are a salesman. When a customer is on that floor, you are getting out there, you are greeting them, you are getting excited, you are making the experience, and you are just getting it done.
Yeah, that's great. Now, look, do you also involve other departments? Do you pull your F&I guys out there to talk to customers out on the showroom floor? I mean, is it just all sales managers and sales staff? Do you have a line or closure store, or is it just a conventional sales staff and sales managers?
Yeah, we have our sales, just like conventional. We have our sales staff, we have our managers, and then of course we have, our finance department. But it's one of those things. The whole word closer, I consider myself more of a relationship builder.
Love that.
Because again, the relationship is what makes the deal. And that's where, again, it's like I talked about. It's making the experience. It's everybody knowing who everybody is that's involved in the deal. So the customer's not question, okay, who do you keep going talking to? Here I am.
Yes.
And that's where, again, it just makes the whole process better. It makes it more profitable.
Yeah.
Where like you were asking about finance, absolutely. It's customer has a question about something specific to do with finance. It's getting them involved. And I got a great group of guys here that obviously love getting out, talking with the customers as well, because again, it's going to make the whole process better. It's going to make it smoother and more efficient.
Love that.
Obviously, the customers know who they're talking to or who they're going to talk to or who's going to do their paperwork. Many times, we do the paperwork right on the showroom floor too. Because again, who wants to feel like they're tied up in the office like, oh no, here I'm going. After they've had this great buying experience, now it's like, oh, now they're going to put me in an office and what's going to happen now? No, it's just all about making it just a great experience.
I've noticed I watch your videos where you brought in new sales staff. Now, do you have a specific sales process as far as do you believe in a lot of training? Do you believe a lot of setting the example? What is your process for sales guys in order for to maximize their effort as well? Is there a lot of emphasis on the product knowledge?
Obviously this business is continual training, and I I learned myself the best from my managers. I learned from, obviously, a TO. When my manager came out to talk to my customers, that's where I was that's where I was the sponge. Where I wanted that up, that's where I really learned. Excuse me. And so as far as, training wise, I mean, again, yes, like you mentioned, product knowledge, all those things are obviously important. But the thing is again, this business has completely changed because of the internet. Anymore these days, it's not, because again, the three things that obviously is still true. You got to sell the business, sell the product, sell yourself. Those are the three things you have to make the deal. I realize that. But obviously, the internet's changed that all because, like I talked about before in my videos, customers know everything. They can find everything out about a dealership. Pricing philosophies, warranties, this, that, the other thing. They, a lot of times, know more about the product than what my sales guy
Yes.
that's where, again, it's more important about the relationship versus obviously all that other stuff. It's getting to truly know who your customer are, what their needs are, and then obviously presenting the product that obviously fits them the best. Because, like I said, anymore these days, if a customer wants to know it, it's out online. The only thing they don't know is who they're going to buy from. Meaning as far as who's the salesperson. Like you may mention as far as with my videos with my guys, one of my favorite stories was here, this is 4 or 5 months ago. Actually, it's long ago than that. But anyways, I had a customer that had obviously went online and started texting with my sales guy. Interested in a Camry. Long and the short of it is that obviously saw with what we were doing on social media, on Facebook, with my intro videos of my guys, in which then he went through all the different videos to find the salesperson that he was talking to. In which at that time, it was funny because when he came in and he bought his car, when I came out to talk to him, he just smiled at me because he already knew who I was. I wasn't some big bully manager. I just, just a real dude. And he made comment to me. He's like, yes, I went through all those videos to find my sales guy before I came in here.
Wow.
And then it was just like, it just was like, okay. It just reinforced that obviously with what I've been trying to do. Again, eliminate the feeling of a stranger before, that you're just walking into this room full of strangers. Because nobody's comfortable with that.
Right, exactly. So do you, is it part of your process as well to get your team on social media as well, like as individuals? Is that part of what you kind of instill in them?
Absolutely. And again, you have your different generations as far as who's engaged with the social media and who's not. There's just some people aren't going to be comfortable with it. That's fine. But again, as far as just trying to brand the guys as individuals, I'm working on a couple different things within my store here to obviously brand them more themselves versus obviously as a dealership, because again, they're all individuals. And, so there's a lot of things, little things that I've been tweaking, like my Sioux Falls Toyota page. I mean, when you go onto my Sioux Falls Toyota page, you're not seeing a bunch of inventory. I mean, yes, they're going there for inventory, but you see my team. You see the people of the dealership, because again, that's what makes up the dealership. And again, people seeing people, because again, this business will never change. People buy from people. That's what it's all about. And so, again, individually just trying to brand the guys, I'm all about it. I do a lot of individual videos with them, getting them out there themselves. And again, some of them are really starting to take the bull by the horns as well to obviously promote themselves, and they're seeing success with it.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because I just this past week I have a brand new salesman that we hired a while back, and extremely. He asked me, he says, what is selling? And I said, the best, the most foundational thing I can come up with is it's really confidence. You know what I mean? It's about confidence in the product, confidence in your presentation, confidence in the dealership, confidence in the managers. So we worked on getting him on a camera and then posting his little videos to his Facebook page, which we linked up with our page, because, even from video 1 to video 3 that we're on, his confidence level has gone through the roof. So, people need to know that it's okay to be awkward initially, but I think it's our job to help them break through that barrier of fear, and once they're on the other side of that, what comes with that is just more confidence. That's the name of the game. That was the gift that was given to me when I finally realized that. He's like, man, this is cool. So I absolutely totally agree. Absolutely totally agree.
Well, videos as well. Again, it's showing the human side of you things, because like with any of my videos, whether on LinkedIn or on Facebook, none of them are perfect. It's just real and raw, and obviously I mess up, but again, it just humanizes. There's no need to edit the stuff. Just put it out there, because again, people appreciate that. They're like, okay, just a real dude. All right. He makes mistakes. No big deal. I just, good stuff. I love it.
So here's a question. Obviously, I can see by your content, and I can see by all the stuff that you do on Linked, that it's not about selling for you, right? It's about engagement and helping people and connecting with people. That's obvious. But for those who are maybe thinking, hey, is this good business wise? Like, is this going to generate actual sales for me? What would you say to that?
You mean as far as from a LinkedIn platform?
Yeah, or any social media initiatives, right? Is that really going to generate sales? Like, am I as a salesperson, can I monetize all of this effort and activity that I need to put into these platforms? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100% you can. Like with LinkedIn, for instance, I say it all the time. I'm not on there selling anything. I'm not trying to. But I've had so many people within this area that have obviously reached out to me because of that platform, that have bought cars from us here at the dealership. Also, I've had different connections throughout the United States that have just reached out to me as far as about car questions. People that aren't familiar with buying a car, the process and the values and this and that. And again, it's all about just helping each other, especially on the LinkedIn platform. But to answer your question, yes, it does create opportunities for sales, 100%.
Yeah, that's great. Herb, you got any more questions?
Oh man, I got tons of questions, but I don't know how we do it on time, man. I know you have other engagements.
I have somebody looking in my window right now at me. But yeah, I probably should be cutting here, guys. But no, this has just been awesome.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, thank you so much and thank you for giving us extra time, dude. That was awesome. Yeah, we got to do it again, dude. But this has been a really good conversation. I think there's going to be a lot of takeaways here. Could you share your, how people can reach out to you, and then I'll also put that in the show notes as well.
Absolutely. As far as, I have my email right there on LinkedIn. It's Jeff.Larsen, that's Larsen @billionauto.com. That is my work email. And as far as my cell phone, my cell is 605-321-5757. Holy cow, I just put that out there. Love that. You know something?
Yeah.
Hey, this is one other thing that I'm going to put out there. Any manager that's out there as far as in the business as well, I know a lot of guys don't even carry or have business cards anymore these days. If you do, put your cell phone number on there. Because there's not a better thing to where you get a look from a customer from their face when you hand them a business card. You say, hey, my cell number is on there. So if you ever have any questions or concerns, you can contact me at any time. It works. So it's putting yourself out there, but you want to know something. If you want to grow, if you want to make it about the experience, you got to put yourself out there 100%. It's either you're in or you're out.
Right on, man. Hey, thank you so much again. Really, really awesome conversation. Really appreciate your time. And that's all we got, folks. We'll talk later.
Thank you so much, guys.
Dude, you're the
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.